The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody, floody. Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody, floody. There will be enormous, mighty, mighty children of the Lord.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Divinely Uninspired Podcast, the podcast from Journey Church. And we have had a floody and some muddy, but we are back this week with a new episode. And I'm here in the Bullitt County Public Library with Penny.
Hey.
And
Sorry.
Jeremy.
Hello.
That song just gets to me every time.
If you couldn't see, which you can't because it's not being videoed, Penny, her eyes lit up.
I love that song.
She said that song slaps.
God told Noah to build him an arky. Yeah,
are there
that's a
like
good one.
motions that go with that song?
I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there are.
There's always motions.
It's so
with the
great.
songs. It was before the Macarena was ever popular. The Lord said to Noah, that was a jam.
Yeah.
Did they address in the song the millions of people and bunnies
Okay, you're done.
and kittens that died in the flood?
Well,
Wow.
I mean, some people would.
I mean, did they talk about that?
It was only the sinful bunnies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so what's new, everybody? What's been going on?
Terrible.
I mean, a lot has happened in the world since we have been gone.
I honestly don't know what's happened in the world because I've literally been at the building all day, every day, and have no time to check anything. So
I mean,
I couldn't even tell you anything that's going on in the world.
well, Johnny Mac was going to join us this week, but he couldn't, and I had a whole WrestleMania pitch. Talk to him. We missed that. The Pope died.
Oh, I do know
The
the Pope
the
died.
Pope died.
The
yeah.
building flooded out.
Yeah.
We've had Easter.
Yeah, we did have Easter.
There's a lot happening, actually.
But I don't remember, I couldn't tell you a single current event that's going on. Is there anything that I've missed? Anything crazy happen?
There's some
I don't know if
troubling tweets from celebrities.
Right. I'm like, I don't know if we want to get into too much.
I would say we talked about it in the back last time. I don't know if I'd do any more Kanye quotes in church anymore.
Oh, he's on the hot seat again?
Oh, he's in some kind of seat. Katy Perry went to space.
Oh.
Did she do SpaceX?
Why don't we?
And she got in trouble for it.
No, she did the other one. But hey, we'll get into that. The first thing is there have been two of the dumbest men things that have ever happened, and this is for Penny because
Awesome.
we've been through here before. I tell my daughter all the time, men under 25 are worthless. No offense to men under 25. I was one at one point for more than half my life so far, and I was worthless and stupid. I had one listed that we were going to talk about, and then another one has come up. So the first one, how many, Penny, do you think you could outrun a racehorse in a foot race? It's Derby season. Derby is 2 days away. Today is Thurby.
Absolutely not.
What do you think, Jeremy?
No.
Okay, well, that's good. I would also say no, but 1 in 50 men say yes.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
I think that I don't think you could win in a race. I do think, if you ever notice when horses start, they do start kind of slow. I think you might get them for 15 yards, but then they're gone.
So
they're so
15-yard
far.
dash, you got 'em.
You know how they start off the gate kind of slow and then they pick up and they're gone.
Yes.
I think for 15 yards you might be able to keep up with them, but I think once they get their legs that turn and you're so far behind them so quick, it's going to be ridiculous.
I think that's true. And if even if you've maked right before that, if you've relieved yourself, you probably still couldn't catch them more than 20 yards. So a horse runs about 44 miles per hour over a short distance and averages 38 miles per hour over a typical race. And let's see. Y'all can talk while I'm looking this up.
It's you can look up the fastest. Oh, there you are.
Well, look up Usain Bolt's top speed was 27.8 miles per hour. The fastest man that's ever been was half of that. So
have you ever seen the videos of guys trying to run 20 miles an hour on a treadmill? It's pretty comical.
Well,
so, I mean, that's not even as fast as half of what a racehorse can do.
I saw Michael Scott run past the thing.
Yeah.
And he got pretty fast. But no,
That's a great episode.
It's so fast. And, it's just one of those stupid men things. And I thought we were going to talk about it for a while. But then the world has blessed us with the 100 men versus gorilla.
Yes.
And
big conversation in our house right now.
Do you think 100 men could beat a gorilla in a fight? What do you think, Penny?
I'm going to go with no.
You could pick any 100 men.
So circumstances, do the men have...
No weapons. They can have tools.
Okay, they can have tools, no weapons.
And not tools like assault.
Are we talking they're in an arena, they have nowhere to run? Or
well, if they're running, they're not fighting. It's not.
I don't think they can.
Yeah.
I think a gorilla would win.
No, I think guys can do it. So I think, have you ever noticed in movies when there's a fight scene, and let's say Chuck Norris, Rambo, whoever, and there's 10 guys getting ready to fight them, and they all try to fight him one at a time.
You're talking ninja style.
And I've never understood why do not all 10 guys just get on him at the same time? Because
it's not honorable.
I know, but it's you would win. So I think 100 men versus a gorilla. I do think the gorilla would do some damage to probably like the first 10 or 15 that approached him. But if they all did it at one time, I mean, you would just pounce on the gorilla and he wouldn't be able to swing his arms and do all that. So I think now if you went one-on-one, like if you did like in a movie where it's like one guy, two guys trying to take it, I don't think they stand a chance. But 100 at one time, I got to believe the men can win.
I'm going to have to go with Penny, and I'll say no.
Yes.
No, 100 people is a lot, all attacking you at one time.
Well, it's not attacking me.
You get 7 guys holding an arm. You get 7 guys holding the other arm.
The question is, how do you get 7 guys grabbing an arm all at once before your face gets ripped off?
Well, I mean,
Right.
you gotta sacrifice one. One guy's getting killed.
One?
Like, you just throw one guy in there and just say, you try to fight it, and then the rest of us are gonna attack it from the back.
I don't know.
I just don't. I think a gorilla could. I don't agree with you.
I think if you said 20, I'm going gorilla all day long. If you say 100, that's a lot of dudes.
How many men do you think a gorilla could beat then at once?
What's your top number?
I would say 20 to 30. You're probably still going gorilla. I think anything over 30, just the sheer number. I think you got a shot if you're strategic about it. If you're strategic. Now, if you're just going there trying to punch the gorilla,
Yeah.
I don't think so. But if you're smart and you can somehow restrain his arms to where he can't use his
If you had some
gorilla
kind of net,
strength.
but if it was no tools, no anything.
That's what I'm saying. You get 7 guys per arm. I mean, the gorilla is still strong, but you're going to restrain it in some way.
What's this article saying then?
Well, I don't want to read all this article out loud. There's a
Well,
lot.
there's a
there's a lot of language.
Conservationalist.
Okay. Let's
Sorry, it's
see.
a big word.
I think if you just took 100 guys and just threw them in there without any strategy,
Oh, look.
it's going to be pretty brutal for a while. But I think they
Gorillas
still come out.
are in fact gentle giants.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
mean-
want to fight.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen?
Harambe.
Have you ever seen the video? It's like a satire video where it's like the 100 people that are in like militia try to take on the U.S. military.
No.
And it's a bit, and so like there's 100 armed like militia guys like trying to take on the U.S. military, and they're going against one guy, and he's like in a drone room, and he's like,
Well, there you go.
I don't feel like this is fair. And they're like, oh yeah, this is what they wanted, and like he hits a button, like it's over, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty funny video.
I mean, I can't believe there's a full article about this.
Well, it's
like this
Rolling
guy's
Stone.
just going way into it.
Well, the first half of them, he's just quoting Twitter, and then the second half, I'm going to still say,
Yeah,
I think this guy's agreeing with me that 100, if they use it strategically, I'm reading the article as we go through.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
it's the large size, muscle mass, and sharp canines that make the silverback gorillas
He says
formidable.
faces a disadvantage beyond just being outnumbered. So I think it's the sheer number. I don't think it's the strength of the men as much as it's the outnumbering of them.
I think if you had like 100, who's a big, like a Brock Lesnar kind of size person, a big muscle person who could fight, maybe 100 of those people, but
Right, yeah.
100 me and Jeremy's aren't going to stop a girl. No offense to Jeremy.
I kind of agree with that too. No offense,
If
guys.
like Journey's midnight was we're going to fight a gorilla, I
like
think
100 men from Journey. Yeah, that might not.
the next weekend would be singles night for the women because all the widows, because we'd be in big trouble. So
That is a really interesting. Where did this come from? Because my kids we've been bringing it up at home.
I don't know. It's one of those things that trickles through and gets to me because I don't get a lot of this kind of news and such in my feed.
Yeah.
But it started showing up. It started showing up on podcasts. I listen to. I'm like,
I
oh,
think
this
if you just dropped 100 men in the arena without any context versus a gorilla, I can lean to where you are right. The gorilla wins. If you have 100 men that have had time to strategize about what we're going to do, then I think we could in some ways maybe outsmart the gorilla, restrain it. But
So
no,
you
if you just took 100 guys from Walmart right now and put them in like a room with a big 400-pound gorilla, okay, I get what you are saying. I think it's going to be a long day. But I think if they have time to strategize, there's a chance because of the sheer number of 100 men. 20 to 30, I think the gorilla all day. I'll take gorilla all day.
Well, who's to say? I'm going to say gorilla. It looks like gorilla all the way around here. And,
Two against
on the
one.
fence. All right. Well,
Sorry, Jeremy.
what if me and Penny versus Jeremy right now? What would we?
But I do think it's ridiculous.
I think we could
I think
take
to
it
my
down.
original point. No, you couldn't. I think to my original point in movies, I think it's weird when they try to take them on. Like there's 10 of them and they try to take them one at a time.
It doesn't look good in a movie to get piled on, and then someone's just being sat on by
Yeah,
all the other
but
people.
but you're trying to kill the person. So like in John Wick, like you're actually trying to
Lots of
kill
guns.
him. So
I
Have
love
you
John
seen
Wick.
Old Boy, the original? Okay, there's one. I mean, there's a scene like that where the one guy has like a hammer and he's fighting 40
Yeah.
guys in a hallway, and it's just one long shot, and it's kind of like that.
yeah.
But yeah, so in a movie you have the agile person that fights them one at a time, But if you're a big person fighting, they all jump on you. They pile up, and then that person stands up and throws them all. Yeah. So I mean, that's what the gorilla would do. 20 people, except their faces are missing when he throws them.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we've exhausted this topic, and we're going to move on to a dumb woman adventure.
Oh, I thought we were talking about men here.
Well, we were, but now, hey,
this one is dumb. I
Katy
agree.
Perry went to space, and also
Gosh.
she was the most famous person in the group, and now she's upset because of the backlash. She can't believe it.
What's the backlash?
Well, as the world
idiot.
as the world is on fire, she's spending 10 minutes in space and acting like she's a hero while people can't eat and do things on Earth. And
The cost of loan, though the issue is the cost alone for celebrities to go into space is ridiculous. Like how much is it? Like to go, it's like 10 million?
no, it's less than that. But she got a free ride, I'm pretty sure, because Bezos was handing these out.
Well, she wasn't the only one who went. There were a couple other celebrities in this pot. It was an all-female thing.
No, she was the celebrity. It was Gayle King.
Gayle King.
It's
Oprah's best friend.
friend.
Yeah, Oprah's friend. And then Bezos' fiance. And that was...
Oh, that's right. That's right. So the issue is...
there's no price on this, so y'all talk.
Yeah. So the issue is she goes into space, then comes back from space and was like... I can just feel the love. I can look at space. It's beautiful. The earth is beautiful. And people are like, the world is dying. And
yeah, I lost my job last week because for no reason at all. And,
when she got out of like the pod, like when it came back to earth, she like got out and she kissed the ground, kissed the dirt.
My favorite meme.
I feel so free.
My favorite meme of the week was her kissing the dirt, and in the background, the two people who were up in the shuttle for like 6 months, they were like just staring at her, like, really.
Read the room, Katy.
They said there's longer space flights at Disney World than the one you were on.
Right.
And
I mean,
what are you even talking about?
I don't know.
Would you all go to space if you had the money and the option to do it?
Oh,
for
absolutely.
This? Really?
Yeah, I would love to go to space.
I don't think I would boast about it though. I think that's the difference.
But I mean, how are you not? No, here's the thing. Okay, so this is whatever, and I don't have a dog. I don't care about. I don't
That's
have a dog.
the
go ahead.
I don't have
go
a dog in the fight. But like, if any of us got into space, I mean, I don't even post on social media. You better believe I've posted that on social media that I've got to go to space. So like, I get like she's a celebrity and the world's burning down and all that stuff, but like, obviously they were going to take somebody up to space. So I mean, they're going to keep doing this. It's not like they're going to stop it. So. Like, for her to post it, like, any natural person would be like, oh my gosh, I got to go into space.
No, I don't. She actually didn't post anything.
Oh. Well, see, then why are they killing her?
Well, here's
Did she
the
come
thing.
in
It's
like-
her idiotic remarks when she was up
Well,
there.
if she did say she felt like a hero, that's a little much, but...
Also, I don't... Which one of these do you think drove? Because I'm guessing...
There was... I think the astronauts are actually the women in the front.
I just meant because...
Are there actual astronauts on this thing? I thought it was all pretty much just a computer that, like...
No, they have to take...
Are you talking about, like, the SpaceX? I'm pretty sure it just
No,
goes...
this is a Blue Origin.
Okay, but that's the same
This is
difference.
Bezos's...
But
not
it's the same
Musk's.
difference.
No, I'm pretty sure that there is actual, like a... You have... I mean, they didn't
A
just send
pilot?
Katy Perry up there and Gayle King with, like, nobody that knows what they're doing. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I'm looking at this group of them. I'm thinking that is a chatty car ride.
And they were...
There's no man to keep them in line. Yeah,
I mean, I do like this lyric.
Oh, no.
Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. That's from Katy Perry's Fireworks. So maybe that was like the idea is like she's shooting across the sky.
Oh, wow.
There's like a whole tie-in.
Oh,
Right.
there's not... There currently is not, according to AI, not an established price, but to start the process of reserving a seat, it's $150,000 up front just to fill out the form.
Just to fill out the form.
And the first flight seat was auctioned for $28 million, and that's not the price for everybody, but that's that was what the first person did. So,
Well, I mean, I think really the villain in all this is Jeff Bezos, right? Because like he could take all that money that he's spending doing this and just solve a lot of problems in the world. So, I mean, yeah, you can get on Katy Perry as much as you want, but it's really these billionaires that have so much money they don't know what to do that they're like, let's go to space.
that's
know?
true.
So really, it's kind of him. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Penny's trying not to lose her Amazon Prime.
What if it was
account just
Taylor
to-
Swift? Would you just be like, what if Taylor Swift got to go up to space? I'm sure you'd be like,
No, I wouldn't. I actually like Katy Perry. I
Ew.
don't mind her.
Agree to
Yeah.
disagree.
She's a little
I like her.
Her Super Bowl, I will give her that. I would rather see Left Shark in space than her because he does.
But I think Katy Perry is unlikable for a lot of people, and so I think that's why it's easy to pile up on her.
When she got
Spacecraft.
divorced from Russell Brand, she made him look like the regular one. Which
Was it all women that went on this?
That's what I said.
Yes,
Yes.
that's an all-
good.
That's why I asked who drove because
Oh yeah, well, why are they wearing those outfits though? What is?
they got
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
They got the
It
Kendrick
makes no
pants. Look
Can't
at-
they
I mean,
just wear like sweatpants and
Kendrick
stuff?
pants.
They do. I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's like a pressurized like cabin. I just don't.
I'm pretty sure those aren't the official outfits. I think they just said bestie time and they went to the mall and
Yeah.
they got matching outfits. because-
We're done. Can we move on, please?
Okay. Well, let's see what else is going on in the world. Oh, it's spring.
It is.
Finally, we have not been here since winter for one of these. What do you all like to do in the spring? Is there fun stuff that y'all got going on?
Derby.
Derby. That's
It's
that's
this weekend.
I like mowing my grass. Actually, it's very relaxing.
Yes.
So I do like to mow the grass.
I've mowed the grass.
Me too. Love to
Yeah.
mow the grass.
Do you mow grass?
Yeah.
Really?
It's awesome.
How do you
Yeah.
keep the mower straight?
Well, she didn't say she did a good job.
I don't mow the grass. Are you kidding me?
I was going to say your nails look too nice for
I
that.
pay somebody to mow the grass.
No, but
Oh,
I actually do enjoy mowing the grass. Like
I'll be in
I'm-
Hawaii.
I have one of those like zero turn riding mowers that
Whoa.
it came with the house. They left it there, and I've actually like it feels like I'm on a tractor. It
This
feels
guy's
kind of.
driving another man's lawnmower. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
He didn't drive it either. The guy that we bought the house from paid somebody to come do it. And I was
Nope.
like, "Then why do you own the lawnmower?" So
We own one of those too, and we
My
don't use
goodness, I didn't know everybody had so many acres that they needed a sit-down lawnmower, but that's fine. Did y'all do anything for spring break? Did we talk about this last time?
I was
Go
dealing
ahead.
with flooding issues.
Oh yeah,
It flooded during spring break.
Penny.
it. I was gone.
Yeah.
Where were you going to?
I was at Universal.
Doing
Getting
Universal
on
stuff.
some roller coasters, having a good time in the Florida
Has
sunshine.
it's been that long since we've had a podcast, isn't it? That
Did you go to Harry Potter World?
I did.
Not
It
the
was
new one though.
fantastic.
Did you?
No,
Did you? Is
we're
this a
headed
new
back
one?
in the
Oh,
fall.
Epic! Y'all told me about that.
Yeah.
Epic, right? Is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
This
Epic
Mystery
is-
of Magic looks amazing.
It looks so good.
And I don't even
I
like
can't
Harry
wait to go
Potter,
back.
but-
So is
Yeah.
Epic like a Harry Potter
No.
thing, or it's just they
there's a
have
Nintendo
Harry-
one.
Okay.
And there's a Harry Potter part. There's a horror area. There is How to Train Your Dragon, which I also do not care for, but it looks really cool too.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's-
it's going to
I
be
mean-
awesome. You have to actually reserve the day you go, so we're kind of holding off to see.
Did you say you have a wand? And didn't you talk about that one time that you have a magic
I
wand?
do have a magic wand.
And what does that do?
It
Magic.
does magic. Hello.
Yeah.
You take it and you go to the windows in the
Did
Harry
you keep
Potter.
it? Did you keep it in your fanny pack?
Listen, I'm not against that. Once you're in a theme park, all bets are off. And Jeremy is laughing because he doesn't do it, but let's not pretend that thousands of people don't go and buy lightsabers every day, and it's not the exact same thing at Disney. So,
It is.
Jeremy, you wouldn't believe when was the
Oh,
last
I'm
time
sure.
you were at a theme park?
Like one of those has been a while. I mean, we go to Cookie Kingdom, but that's
Yeah.
not the same thing. So
Well, they hate-
like a Universal or Disney, it's been a minute.
These $200 lightsabers that everybody buys and walks around with. I'm like, I can't believe you're
They're
carrying
really
that.
cool, though.
They are.
I
They
mean, the
made
last
them-
time we went, they were still building the Star Wars thing, so that
Oh.
tells you how long.
Oh, wow.
2019.
Yeah. It was pre-COVID. Yeah.
Hot minute ago. Yeah. They're really cool now. And the wands are better now, too.
And you can do
They have the
magic
lights
in the
on them.
windows. Right?
You go to the... You're done.
The wands are better.
Turn him off.
They're pretty cool. Those wands are pretty cool, but I got on a friend of mine because she had hers up in her living room, and
Oh, no, none of that.
they had a
Does
little-
the wand pick you? Is that like a Harry Potter thing?
Yeah, so...
I thought the hat picked you.
No, the wand.
I don't know.
The
I'm not
wand
good.
picks the
you too?
wizard. So
Okay.
you could go to when you get there. You can do like a little show at Ollivanders, which is where you get your wands. Shut up.
There's like a sliding scale of how much we care and know about this. Penny's at one end, Jeremy's at the other. I'm right in the middle. Ollivanders might have been too far for me, but yes.
Is that like the store? Is that in the movies too? That store? Mm-hmm.
Ollivanders,
So they
yeah.
have like a okay.
It's where
all right.
Harry and everybody gets their wand.
Yeah, right.
The wand picks the wizard. So you go and you.
What if are they ever like no, you can't buy this wand? Like at the gift shop?
No, like you can buy whatever wand you want.
Well, then it's not really picking you.
It's not really magic either. It's just it's a theme park. It's based on the magic though.
It would be cool though if they could do it to where like every once in a while, like it was like no, you can't have this wand.
Yeah. I got Snape's wand.
Oh, well that checks out.
Yeah, it does.
What about this new TV show? Are you excited about that? The new Harry Potter show?
What does that come on, Max?
I don't know. I'm sure it's Max.
I don't know. We'll see.
Everybody's mad about casting. I didn't know why, but I didn't want to.
So this is it like a prequel or
No,
a-
they're redoing the whole
We're doing
show.
the whole show as a TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, like the whole trilogy. Is it a trilogy?
The whole 7G.
No, there's more 7. There's 7.
This is
Septology.
not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so we're in Lord of the Rings world now because my son found out about I could say the name because it's somebody comes to Journey. Somebody told him about Lord of the Rings, so now I have to go watch the Lord of the Rings. And they told him the extended versions are better.
Yeah.
Each movie's 4 hours.
Oh, I know.
So, and then somebody was like, "Hey, you should watch The Hobbit." So now we have to watch The Hobbit too. So like,
What was that?
that would be you over there. You were like, "Hey, did you see The Hobbit yet?" And I was like, "Please stop."
You got to watch it in all together.
So I'll see you guys in like August because
fine.
I don't even know. I mean, we've been watching it for 2 nights and we're still not to the first movie.
Yeah. Well, if you wonder where Elliot is right now, he's somewhere talking. So
Yeah.
I don't know how he sits that long through a movie.
Yeah.
Have you never seen The Lord of the Rings?
I saw them in the theater when they first came out.
Yeah.
I was a big C.S. Lewis fan, and then him and J.R. Tolkien were like buds. So I'd never read the books, but I went and saw them. I mean, because that first one was 2003.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watched those in the theater, and they were good. Like I'm not a Lord of the Rings hater. I just.
You're good.
I didn't realize they were that long.
Oh.
I mean, the first one is 3 hours and 44 minutes.
That third one, the extended cut, you mean?
Yeah.
That third one in the theater, it was almost 3 hours. And I remember it had the ending, and we're like, well, that was cool. And then there was another 30 minutes where they full housed it and everybody hugged, and it was weird because no one died. And the spoiler alert for Lord of the Rings. But the people behind us said, oh, I can't wait for the extended cut. They cut so much out of it. And I said, what? We have been at this theater all day. What else could possibly have been in this book? And apparently there's more. So
yeah.
Oh.
No, so we're making our way through that.
I enjoyed all 3 of them. I have not once had the urge to revisit any of them.
I would not have if he had not wanted to, but I mean, I feel like I owe it to him to.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Penny's going to come over and watch The Hobbit with him.
Yeah. I'll volunteer you for that one.
I was like, just send him over to my family. We love all that stuff.
The Hobbit's
just talk
just
through
one
the
book.
whole thing.
Isn't The Hobbit just one book that they stretched into 3 movies? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I remember the Hobbit cartoon as a child. I hated it a lot.
Now, the show that's on Amazon, is that, I know it's Lord of the Rings, is that before all of this took place?
No, it's so, because of copyright, they can't really say it has anything to do with Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it called Lord of the Rings?
No, it's like, we watch it. It's,
Ring Lords.
Ring Lords.
it has Ring in it, I think.
Yeah. Ring of
Fellowship
Power.
of the Ring?
Ring of
No, that's
Power.
the
Is
middle.
it?
Ring of Power. That's
of
it.
Power.
The Ring of Power.
It's not supposed. They can't say
before.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
No, because it's not about, they can't, because of copyright, they can't. It's like a story about Lord of the Rings, but it's not.
Weren't they like,
Is
check
there-
out this new Lord of the Rings show?
What did they call it? Like Lord of the Necklace. They like made it all about a necklace.
It's the same story.
Yeah.
So Ring of Power, yeah. Rings of Power.
I did not know
Because there's more
that it
than one
wasn't-
ring.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
Did you know that?
The what?
There were several rings.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, the men got 9,
They
the
were
dwarves
forged
got
and-
3,
Oh, there were
and
more.
the elves got 3, the dwarves got 7, the men got 9. I only know this because last night that's how the movie starts, and Elliot was like, "Is this what it's going to be like?" And I was like, "No, they like fight and stuff."
We've got to
but-
get to Mordor.
That's why The Hobbit is best beforehand.
the
Because it
prequel,
kind of
yeah.
it kind of explains like
I don't. Did they ever
dwarves-
explain why his ring is more powerful, Sauron or whatever his name is, than the other rings?
Yeah, in the first one I think you do get that in there.
Sauron
So-
was good in the Lego movie as the bad guy.
He was.
That's how my
the Lego
kids-
movie.
Yeah, the Lego movie was good. Well, so do you all? Well, we're
We went way off
Way
script,
off.
but that's okay.
I love
break.
nerdy talk though.
Well,
Let's
hey,
do this more often.
do you watch all the Star Wars shows on? Disney
Yes.
Plus? Gosh, it's just terrible.
Why?
These shows are terrible. I don't know about this
Oh.
Andor. Everybody said it was good.
Oh, the first one was really good.
I saw it for 2 episodes and I couldn't get into it. But
They have a second season on.
I didn't like Andor, but I did like. What was the one I liked? I liked
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
No, well,
everybody liked
Obi-Wan
that
was
except
good.
me. So
And then there was another one that we liked that came out. It was like a girl was like the main person though. She was like an assassin or something.
Oh,
Not the one.
oh
that's-
my gosh.
Not the one that's
Taylor's
like
favorite
the,
character.
Not the raccoon one or whatever she is. So it's
Oh.
like the raccoon from Super Mario Brothers.
that one
That's
had
not
the one that they were twins and I couldn't follow. I couldn't track.
No,
who
there's
was
one
it.
like about an assassin.
They kill the girl from the Matrix in the first episode. Is that one?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all.
I
I
can't
can't
remember.
listen. I was a big Star Wars fan when I was 10. I couldn't get enough of it, and now these shows come out. And I go, oh, I don't know where that boy went, but these are terrible.
Mandalorian was great though.
Nope, disagree.
I did like Mandalorian.
Hard pass.
It's good.
Like, oh, hey, there's space. There's Bill Burr. What's going on?
Boba Fett.
Why is Baby Yoda? What's happening?
It's great.
Was Boba Fett on that show?
Yeah.
He had his own
Oh,
show.
Boba Fett had
Boba
his
Fett's
own
own
show.
show
That's
was
the one.
bad.
Yeah, Boba Fett was.
That was not a good show.
That was good.
No, it
Y'all
wasn't.
are done. We're done.
All right, so spring break. Guess where we're not going anymore? Panama City.
Oh yeah, they're ending it. I heard that.
yeah.
Aw,
Have you all?
that's sad.
Did y'all hear about that?
The mayor
Jeremy,
said no more.
Can
Or
you?
the sheriff Somebody,
Yeah.
one of them.
How can you? What do you mean? Like,
He said it's just too much that happens. Like it's too much violence, too much.
so
like,
you can't rent anything in
He
Panama
said
City?
our whole city is based on the income we get in this month, and we're not doing it anymore.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't even know what that means.
No, they're
Like,
still going to make it a vacation spot. What
Right.
they're saying is they will no longer be like the college spring break destination.
I
Like
thought
they're-
that had gone out the door anyways.
apparently not. I think MTV's reviving it. Remember MTV Spring
Yeah.
Break? Yeah.
That is why my
I
parents.
wanted to do that so bad.
Goodness. Yep.
Gosh. The Holiday Inn. Is it the Holiday Inn? Holiday Inn, right?
What?
That had like the big party.
I didn't have cable.
I wasn't supposed to watch MTV Spring Break.
Oh,
I just
did.
thought that was the big thing.
It was like, let's all drink some vodka shots and do a triple kiss. What a great show. What a great time to be. Here's, what's his face?
no,
so
they're
great.
Singing the thong song. Cisco's out here.
They're
dancing.
still wanting to make it. They're just saying like we are no longer going to run out for like high school and college spring break.
Right.
I don't know how they're going to stop that because
In 20
So-
years, this will be a new movie,
Yeah.
like a Footloose style thing. Because if you came with guns, bad intentions, and no respect for the city, we saw you.
So you guys never went to Panama City for spring
We
break?
went to Daytona, and it was pretty rough 2 years ago.
I went to Panama City one year for spring break on a mission trip. It was one of those youth groups that did like a mission trip down there.
in high school, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Oh.
and nobody wanted to talk
No, we
to
went
us. So
for
we just,
college
we just went
spring
and had
break.
fun at the hotel. We would sneak out every night.
We were on
It's
the,
wild.
We were on the beach, and these poor people who were doing the mission work would
Yeah.
always come up to us, and we're like, "I'm so sorry that you're here by yourself on the beach.
Yeah.
Well, why are you not in pairs? Like,
Yeah.
why would they send you down the beach to talk? And like, we are on your side, and we're
Yeah.
creeped out about what's going on. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we went. I only went because I thought it was like not going to be what it was, and then like halfway through the week, we kept being like, "We're not doing anything they're telling us to do. This is dumb."
Justin Reynolds has a great story about their spring break because he did it one year with crew and went to, I think it was Panama City, and it's about. I can just tell.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They were talking to a girl out there, and telling them what they were doing, and like, hey, we're just here. They were there. They were buying beads because they, of what goes on down there, and they were just handing out beads. They're like, you don't have to degrade yourself or be, ridiculous,
Yeah.
whatever. It was like that was their little thing. So Justin is outside of this place talking to this girl about, we're just down here with our church group, blah blah, doing all this, and then she's like, oh, that's nice, and. Like a 10-minute talk, and then his buddy comes down the store. He's like, I got the beads, let's go. And he just runs down the street, and that girl was like, oh, pervs, thanks. You almost had me, but yeah.
We handed out bottled water. That was like the only thing I felt like we did that was like
That's good.
Yeah, because people were like very dehydrated, and so like we would go around handing out bottled water. I feel like people that was like helpful, but like a lot of the other stuff we did, I was like, why are we doing this? They clearly don't want, to, and
Yeah. I didn't go with our church group or our college church group because they didn't really like us. So I didn't go with them, but we saw Vanilla Ice.
Awesome.
No, it's pretty bad. It was before he had embraced that
He was done. Yeah.
Yeah, he was still trying to change his ways. And then we saw who's the country guy that's bald, but he always wears a hat. You don't realize he's bald, but women really. He was big. Early
Kenny
2000s.
Chesney?
Yeah, I think that was him.
He's short.
Before he was real big, he was out there doing a free concert. We're like, oh, that's nice. And then he got home. We got home and like, oh, that guy's famous. We would have had no idea. But it wasn't in Panama, and that's over. It looks
I don't know
like.
how they're going to keep people from doing this because you can just rent. I mean, I don't know.
I think when you're on the beach, they're
Shutting it down.
The buzzkill police come down and break it up. I mean, that's kind of last year when we were in Florida, they came by and they wouldn't let you swim because of the tides. They're not going to let you have public drinking.
I will say, and this is going to sound really snooty in light of my
not shocked.
Delta comments a couple weeks ago, Lost Podcast. But like, we always stay like in the Destin, Fort Walton area. We're
We
not
do too.
we're not 30A people. We're not those people. But which 30A is actually really nice. But
What is
like,
that? Because I see it on bumper stickers. I
So
don't know.
30A is like, so there's Destin, which has become like overly crowded, and then 30A is like this long stretch between Destin and Panama, and it's very upscale. Like what's the movie with Jim Carrey?
Liar.
No, the one where he's like the whole thing's about him and doesn't realize that he's in like a small town.
Ace
The Truman
Ventura.
Show.
The Truman Show.
Okay.
So like, there's a place called Seaside, and the whole Truman Show is filmed in Seaside. So
Okay.
like, it's this
Yeah.
really nice community. But like, there's always like private beaches and all that stuff. So anyway, but like, you don't realize that you get close to Panama City, like it's a dumpster fire. Like it is like it's in, like the original part is in pretty bad shape, and so
I agree.
yeah. I know
There are
people
some like iconic restaurants in Panama though that you have to go down there for.
like,
Like what?
Like Pineapple Willie's is right there.
oh my gosh,
Got to go there.
Pineapple Wheelers.
What is that face?
What is that face?
We're done. We're moving on.
I don't know it. I've never heard of
I don't know. I do know what Pineapple Willie's is, but still.
I don't, but It's not. Well, never mind. Okay.
I'm ignoring him.
Well,
right
there's
now.
something else that you guys are not going to get to do this year that sounds fun. In case y'all had your tickets, it's too late. Firefest 2 got canceled.
Oh no.
Oh, they were redoing that.
And
I cannot believe they were going to do that.
Who is this guy?
That's the guy who went to jail from the first one.
Oh, okay.
And he's back, and he tried to do it again, and of course it's not going to work because nobody is down. There were no bands yet. But they were selling tickets already, and now he's trying to sell the name because it's got so much. You know how when they sold Napster and it wasn't really Napster anymore? Says the old man in the room.
I mean,
All
there's
you
so
kids
many
out
music
there.
festivals. Why would you even want to create a new music festival? I mean, I feel like there's so many of them now.
I don't know why anybody wants to go to a music festival. I was very sad that
I do like a music
I
festival.
do too.
Well, you know what? That's fine. You enjoy it, and you know what? I don't mind it. I know. Are you going to Railbird this year?
No.
Oh, you're missing Jelly Roll. guys.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason we're not going.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness! And who's it? Lainey
I know we
Wilson?
just lost a lot of fans, but yeah, it's kind of the reason we're not going.
He's kind of the worst, but he seems like a nice guy. That's one of those things that he's a good
See,
guy.
look how fun that is.
So, well, let's not talk about what's coming up on the screen because people can't see it now.
There's the reason.
There's the reason.
Yeah.
Well, good night. All right, hang on. Hey, welcome back. I had one more question. I didn't bring up a thing because it wasn't on. There's no website for it. But in the spring, as a child, that was the season. That was when sports really started coming back. What did you all do as kids? Did you all play sports at all?
I did.
What did you play, Jeremy?
In the spring, I'd play baseball.
Yeah, Penny.
I played softball growing up.
Did either one of you ever play basketball as a kid?
Yeah, I played. I mean, you said spring, so
I did. Listen, I was-
I played every sport I could.
Oh, well,
I loved sports.
Penny's face. All right. Did you ever have any special equipment when you were a kid for any of these things?
Yeah, like a cup.
Like your own, like your own bat.
No.
Like your-
Okay, so like,
I'm confused.
for example, I went to see my daughter. The little one wanted to start cheerleading, so we had to go to see some middle school basketball games and some
Oh.
elementary basketball games. It's rough. These kids, but the boys' team was terrible. And sorry if anybody's listening and they put these pieces together, but they all had real nice shoes, and they had like a knee sleeve.
Yeah.
One of those,
like
arm
shooter sleeve.
sleeves.
Yeah, that
And
does
I'm like,
nothing. Yeah.
You shot 0 for 13 from the field,
Yeah.
but they had $200 worth of gear on, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing? The
Yeah.
girls were actually, we all like to, we had a lot of Caitlin Clark talk in previous episodes, but the girls basketball team,
Yeah.
it was legit good to watch.
No,
Like,
we had no specialty gear.
yeah,
Like it was just like I had cleats for baseball, but it was like I don't know, they were like Rawlings or something. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like I needed like a special.
You need, like, a special
I needed
bat
like
or,
Bo
like-
Jackson's cleats
Okay.
or whatever. No, I did have a TPX. Remember TPXs?
I do.
Those were popular.
Yeah. Well, it was brought up to me because I remember me playing basketball, and I was, if you can picture me as this person, but about 6 inches shorter, but built the same way playing basketball, not great. Do you remember LA Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the catapults?
No.
Oh,
You need to bring those up. Let me
All
see
right.
them.
The other thing I remember about LA Gear wasn't there like a thing where they used to have like gel inserts where you could like change the colors
Yes.
that, like cheerleaders wore or
Yeah.
something?
I don't know about
Yeah.
that. That sounds.
Yeah.
They were the first one with the lights. They had the LA lights.
I do remember LA Gears.
LA Gear.
You wear those
Yeah.
with
Oh, they sell them. Looks like still.
Jordache jeans.
You only wore them on the court. You respected the shoe. So
That's
these
right. There
these
you go.
terrible shoes, they had a spring in the back because they were supposed to help you jump,
That's great.
and they did not. In case you were wondering.
I did have Reebok pumps.
Oh, they still make those, and
Yeah.
every so often they'll come up in my feed, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy some pumps, and then
What did it tighten when you did the pump?
the whole shoe, the whole top,
Like the
instead of
top.
everything where a lace would tighten up, it would fill with air.
I mean, those are kind of cute.
Well, that's why I got them. I didn't
wear
get
those.
this pair, but I don't even know if these are the same ones because I can't imagine they still sell these. But anyway, they were these shoes and they had a little spring kind of in the heel.
Could you
And
see the spring?
No, it was built in. It was a catapult, and you're supposed to lean back when you jumped in. It was supposed to, but all it did was make you run funny because your foot would kind of bounce when you ran. It was the worst shoe.
So great.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
no, I mean, I don't remember like special gear. I mean, like I did have like the pumps. I remember one time. Remember Larry Johnson? He came out with a pair of like shoes
some
that.
Grandma Malls.
Yeah, I bought those shoes one time, but my parents always like. This is my favorite part. I never got like the shoes when they were
These are the
like
ones I had.
available at the time. I always got them like a year and a half later when they were at like Value City
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. And they would be like, "Oh, mom," I'll be like, "Here's some Reebok pumps," and I'd be like, "Well, that's great. I'm 18, Gary graduated high school, but
Sure.
yeah."
That's your graduation gift. Some pumps.
That's
Those are
great.
awesome.
Listen, Shaq, when those Shaq started coming out, they were real nice. And then he was like, everybody should have these. But then people didn't want them as much because they weren't the shoe to be anymore. Well, so we had one more, big topic to talk about. But while you were gone, Jeremy, we recalled a time maybe a year ago. You all wanted to do a special dentist episode.
Yeah.
What is your issue with the dentist?
My issue with the dentist is, well, I think,
well, real quick, if you're a dentist out there, we apologize. Call in and let us know. You can argue. That's right. Smile. Okay. Well, Jeremy, this is the reason we didn't face you towards the door because Penny, get it together.
I'm here.
I know.
You're talking about the dentist with Jeremy.
You're distracting. Well, it's
I'm distracting him.
Okay. So anyway, I missed a meeting last Tuesday because I was at the dentist for so long with my poor daughter who can't do x-rays because they stick this weird plastic bag on the thing that goes in your mouth. So, in her little tiny mouth, it just gag and gag and gag. And they had to do the little kid one, and then there were fillings, and it took so long. So
Okay,
long.
so-
then I recalled that time that we were talking about a dentist episode. So
there's a couple things. So I feel like, when I was a kid, so I've got a bunch. If I open my mouth right now and you look inside, you'd see a lot of what looks like cavities. Okay. So actually what happened is when I was a kid, they did this thing where they would put caps on your teeth that was supposed to like protect your teeth. Well, what happened was it was actually a faulty product. They don't do that anymore with that product.
Okay.
And actually what happened was there was a bunch of stuff getting caught underneath the caps. So when they took them out later, I had all of these cavities under these caps that I didn't know I had because there was a cap.
and you couldn't brush them or anything.
Yeah, and I couldn't brush them or anything. And it was like all this stuff. So like I had like literally like 15 cavities on my back teeth that they had to fix. So that started my like suspicion of dentists of like, what like this was supposed to protect me from cavities. Right. And then it actually gave me a bunch of cavities that I didn't even know I had and couldn't do anything about. So there was that. And then, like for me, it's like I go to my doctor once a year. And I know that most people don't go to doctors very often, but I go once a year, get a full physical and all that stuff. And my doctor's always like, yeah, you can come every year, once a year, But like if you go to the dentist, they're like, yeah, we'll see you again in 6 months. And I'm like, do I need to come see you in 6 months again? Like, why am I coming to you so often? I go to an actual real doctor. Nothing against dentists. I'm sure your degree counts somewhere, but like it doesn't count in England because they don't have it or Canada. But anyway,
take that, England and Canada.
No, I'm saying that, but like, I don't know. I just feel like they're always, and then like with my kids, they're like automatically like pushing us some braces. They're like, you're 11, you get braces now, and I'm like, well, how much are braces? And that's my other thing about braces is if they're so necessary, how come my dental insurance doesn't even cover that? Like if I go to my doctor and my doctor is like, hey, you have this problem. Do you have insurance? My insurance would cover that. But braces are like, you have to have these or your whole life is ruined. But the insurance that you're paying is not going to help you with that product at all.
I'm gonna get on TikTok and
I did not know what
I
the
can
hornet's
keep going,
nest
by the way. And like fluoride, do you remember like as a kid they would give you these like little packets with the fluoride and they would give you in school? Yeah. And then you're like 13 and they give you this little foam thing. It's supposed to taste like banana. And I'm like, I don't know if you've ever had a banana, but that makes me throw up every time. It's like that foam they would put in your mouth.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I don't know what that is.
I think I've just had bad dentist experiences, but
Wow.
I'm not a big dentist fan.
No. Well,
Clearly.
I mean, that's kind of the similar story to mine. I was a big soda drinker, but I feel like I had a lot of unnecessary dental work done to my baby teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that they're going to come out.
This will be gone in 6 months. Why are we drilling a hole in it right now?
Well, I did have an actual legit cavity one time separate. I've only had one cavity outside of like the ones that from those caps or whatever they put on my teeth. But when they were drilling it, like, they shoot it with Novocaine. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this really hurts. And so I'm trying to tell them that like I can feel the drill. And they're like, no, you got a shot of Novocaine. And I'm like, I might have, but I'm telling you, like, I'm feeling it. And they like were arguing with me that I wasn't feeling what I was feeling. And I was like, you know what? Like, anyway.
Penny, thoughts?
I think Jeremy said enough.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the dentist. So.
Nobody likes the dentist. I'm sorry. I'm sure there are some great dentists.
I will say that the dentist that we take our kids to, they did tell us, like, your kids' teeth are fine. Like, they don't need braces. And neither,
Lucky.
yeah, and they've never had a cavity. So, like, they've got good teeth. It's just, So but they told me I needed braces really young too. Mm-hmm. Did they tell you that?
I didn't get braces till I was older. So the dentist, I got braces when I was like a senior in high school because my dentist had never told us that like we needed them. And then we started going to this other dentist. All of a sudden he's like, you need braces like now. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to go to college. Wearing braces. So
but that was amazing for you.
My kids got my wife's snaggletooth jeans, so they're all braces.
But like, but there's like very few places in the world that like, they have dentists, but they don't have dentists like we have them here.
Yeah,
that like,
I get it.
You have to go see them every 6 months. Like they're more like, oh, if you got a problem, come see us. But outside of that, like, take care.
We had this talk without the mics on when you were gone because I didn't go for years, and then I got like a deep cleaning to like catch up, I guess. And there were probably some issues, but I think maybe the 6 months thing might be too much. But I was saying, I think that sometimes they look in there and they're, depending on if their wife or husband was like, we could use a new couch. They're like, looks like we got a...
No, we need you. It's like going to like a place that fixes your car. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, here's your problem, but there's also all these other 6 problems we discovered. And
right. Like if you go to the doctor and you're like, my leg hurts, and they look at your leg and they try to fix it. But if you go to the dentist and you feel fine, and they're like, oh, you're going to die if you don't get this done. You're like, I don't know about this at all.
I don't know if I'm going to die or not.
I'm going to wait till it hurts, I think.
That's my policy.
We're going to start selling t-shirts that says, wait till it hurts. Before All right. Well, we were going to talk about perseverance, but we are running out of time. So, Jeremy, let's get a flood update, and we can talk about what we're doing as a church, because I don't know if I'm sure everybody knows. If you showed up on a Sunday in the last month, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were at school.
You got to check the news because there is no one at the building. Mm-hmm. We don't have walls, floors, and such. Ceiling's still there.
So, essentially we got 2.5 feet of water in the building. We were optimistic that it would be like 2018 that it would get up to our building, but not in the building. But that clearly did not happen. And so we got about 2.5 feet. So we had to strip everything out because for me, it's like, hey, just wait for the water to recede and we'll be good. But the concern is not what you see, it's what you don't see, which is like mold and all that stuff that can eventually...
Let me interrupt you. Your thought was we just let it recede and we just...
Yeah, I thought you just throw some dryers in there. It'd be good.
It was, for the record, it was poo water, right?
Yeah, it was poo water.
Well, I'm glad someone else said, let's turn...
you need to build an immune system. So, yeah. So, no, I knew we'd have to do some work. I was just not expecting the extent of work that we're having to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like right now the drywall's been ripped out. The floors, they appear to be dry. There were no fans today when I was over there.
Yeah, everything's dried out. Everything's been dried out for about a week, but we still have to rip out some stuff. And kind of one of the things we're doing right now is because, we are in a floodplain. Like, we knew that, and we're in a FEMA floodplain. So, there's high probability that it could flood again. But that's not just us. That's that whole corridor there in Shepherdsville. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is we're pulling everything out to basically everything could be a block wall will be a block wall to mitigate if this ever happens again, the amount of damage that would actually happen to the building.
That's cool. I didn't know that. So, but some of this drywall is going back in, but
some of it will go back in, and it's given us an opportunity. Not that people care about the building, and the building's just a tool. Like the building is not the church. Like people are the church, but what we're doing is like it's also given us the time because people that aren't familiar with it. That building is over 100 years old and it has flooded before. And what we discovered is people like that owned it before when it flooded, they just put drywall over top of it. Didn't really fix some of the problems. And so we've uncovered a lot of stuff we have to fix. So as weird as it sounds, like it's actually kind of a blessing that it happened because now we're able to fix some things that probably long-term would have been problems anyway eventually. And so now we're just able to fix them and get back in the building, and it'll help us in the future if we're not in that space, if we sell it or move somewhere else, that like those would be problems that would have shown up, and so we deal with them.
Yeah. Lots of good changes coming to the children's ministry, and you found some really cool things last night in the ceiling.
I did. I found a petrified rat. It's actually at the building.
It's something.
It's actually petrified. Like it's pretty cool. Like it somehow got caught in the ceiling, and
he was very excited about it.
I'm added to my skull collection.
So your skull collection survived.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, that was in my closet. Nice. That survived. So
thank goodness.
That happened to all the skulls I had.
Yes, I lost one thing in the media room, so that was exciting. Yeah. Just the media rack, that was good. Nothing.
Yeah, but it's been really cool to see all the people. It's actually been in some ways like there's a lot of people that like they come to Journey, but I don't know them that well because like you come in, you go to service, you might talk to me afterwards. So like just hanging out in the building and like getting to talk to people, like it's actually been kind of neat to do that and like get to know some people better, like just up there working.
And also too, like I feel like there's people that have been looking for a reason to belong or like want to get involved, and I hate that this is the reason why, but it's been really nice to see those people too.
Yeah, that was like we were having meetings and saying, listen, we do a lot of the stuff there, and there's always things that could be done. and we have people here that we think would like to help out.
Yeah.
How do we reach those people and say, hey, and we just got that bathroom painted. I was so excited. We got the room at the bottom of the ramp painted and moved, and then we lost it all within.
We did.
I will tell you something that's funny. You know how like this is people that come to Journey will get this. If you're a guy, you know how the men's bathroom just always smells like no matter what.
Yeah.
Like somebody could use the bathroom 3 days ago and it still smells.
Well, it's because they don't flush it.
So when I was pulling out the drywall or the fan came out and I was like, oh no. And I opened up the case. There's not actually a fan in there. So there is the casing for like a ventilation fan, but there actually was not a fan in there. So we're actually going to
no circulation whatsoever.
So we're actually going to put
amazing.
a fan in the casing for the ventilation. So hopefully that will smell better over time. Yeah.
And in the women's room, if it stinks, you can just crack a window that you've got in there now.
Yeah, you got windows, all kinds of windows.
We do have windows in the women's restroom now.
There are windows literally in every room of the building. We found out underneath the drywall.
Yeah.
It's a very strange building.
It is very strange.
If anybody locally would like to do a documentary on the building, I think I would watch it.
Yeah,
there's just so much going on inside that place.
Yeah, but no, I did find a couple petrified rats, so those are pretty cool.
I mean, that's big.
Yeah.
You found more than one?
Yeah, they found 2. They found another one after you had left last night.
They were probably married, and they died together up in the roof of the building.
We did have 2 last night. We were pulling out so the ceiling's all removed. So if you go up there, like there's no ceiling anymore.
There are 6 feet of debris.
Yeah, there's 6 feet of debris because we're getting a new
ridiculous.
dumpster. We filled up 6 dumpsters so far.
I believe it.
But like you're pulling down these panels. I got hit in the head with a brick. Somebody had put a brick on top of one of these panels. I mean, I expected it to be like dust and like, some stuff, but not a brick. And there was actually a brick, and I just like pulled the panel down. And luckily I had a hat on, and so it just popped me right in the head.
It's got a full house or Home Alone.
Yeah.
brick
I mean, it was pretty
face.
interesting. So.
Wow.
Been doing some manual labor. Learned I'm actually pretty good at it. So
of
doing
course,
that type of stuff, some manual labor, and so it's good.
Listen, even I was doing a little bit of manual labor, so that's good. I've stopped. I have not been there in a bit. I thought it was on to the actual things where people needed to know what they were doing to help out.
That's next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were pulling up a lot of floor, a lot of bad flooring.
Yeah, we'll have a day too where we have to clean up all the floor before we can actually put the flooring in. So it's got to be like clean, like mopped and stuff.
Oh, Penny.
Which would be fun. Yeah.
Is that too much?
That's actually what we're doing for Mother's Day. We got all the moms and mop, and we're going to be like, here you go. That's a joke. We're not doing
I've been up
that.
to help a lot actually in the building. So
Well, so Jeremy brought this up too. We will not be able to. Well, Penny, good for you. First of all, that's good.
And I've been doing manual work. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. So
Well, listen,
don't give me a wheelbarrow anymore.
I was doing a lot of wheelbarrow work, so it's fine. Just dump it in the wheelbarrow. I'll take it to the trash. So one of the kids that we had a lot of people from outside the church help. The high school FCA that came up.
Yeah.
One of those kids put on a wet sombrero that was out there in the stuff and just wore it the whole day. And I was
Awesome.
like, my man, that was
That's
in
gross.
some dirty, gross water. But boy, to be young, that's nice. To just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Well, so Penny brought it up. We will not have another episode before Mother's Day. Do we know? I guess we do. What we're doing for Mother's Day?
Yeah, if you're a mom, you can come out the Journey. We'll be at Bullet Central. I mean, we'll be at Bullet Central next week. And honestly, Bullet Central's been great. Like, I don't want to do that long term, but I actually kind of do enjoy being there because we can all be in one service instead of having to do 2 services. And, it's not been the worst. It's actually been kind of cool to do it and have plenty of space. So we will be at Bullet Central. And if you're a mom and you come, you get a free Tom's Coffee or Mr. T of your choice. And so those trucks will be out there available. And so you can get you a free drink, and we'll be giving away like their traditional, like who's been a mom the longest and who's been a mom for the least amount of time and who's got the most kids. And we'll give you a gift of some sorts.
Nice. And it'll be competitive because there's just one service. So,
it'll be a little intense.
So listen, if you've got a child on the way, see if you can get that thing induced in the next week and get yourself another free coffee. It'll be the way to go. So, well, we were just going to talk about perseverance, but I think we're going to cut it off because we've got to get out of here pretty soon. And we've got a pretty long episode here, but it has been a challenge, as if there wasn't enough going on in 2025 that we've lost the building the week before Easter.
Yeah.
So, but it's been nice to see everybody coming together. And I mean, we've had, all the employees, but all the help from all over Shepherdsville, all the various people lending their time and their efforts and donations and things like that. So we appreciate all the work and all the money and all the, time and effort that has gone into helping us build back. So that's it for this week. We will be back with another episode in a couple of weeks. And until then, I have no other closing. So see y'all.